Hello and welcome back to another episode of my video series. So I want to talk more about real estate and so I am a real estate processor and I've been in the industry for quite some time, a good 3 years now, 2 years depending, 2 to 3 years. But I've seen so much in the industry and I've seen how many people are just so discouraged by the market, and they're discouraged for so many reasons that I just think like we need to acknowledge it and talk about this, because many people are like, I don't think I'll ever afford some sort of house. I don't think I'll ever afford a house. And it's just very disheartening hearing so many people out there. I'm struggling with this, but there's so many people out there that are struggling with that, because it's not easy. It is not easy. I'm telling y'all, it takes a level of patience to get your house, and I honestly think it's hard. It's difficult. It's hard being in that side of the the place. I still haven't been able to purchase my house on my own just because I just don't make enough money for it to be, what would be the word, to qualify for it. I'm just not making enough money for myself to qualify, and I know it's discouraging, especially for people who have student loans and they have other debts like a car payment, because unfortunately their parents could not afford paying that off for them. So my view on this issue is to, number one, not get discouraged. That's the easiest way to go about. People are like, I don't think I'll ever be able to own a house just because of the prices. My recommendation is to acknowledge the things that you can control. What are the things that you can control? You can definitely change how much you save, how much you invest, how much you are making. And another thing is, I let people know, if you can't afford renting, or it's really hard for you to rent right now, then it's going to be much harder for you to be a homeowner. Just because being a homeowner is not just the monthly payment, but it's also insurance, taxes, maintenance, furniture, appliances. Those things really do add up. And if you don't have the particular budget for all of those things, then you can end up in bankruptcy, or you can have your house foreclosed. And that's something that you don't want, because it's just, one, it doesn't look good on your credit. Two, it just puts so many pressures into your own life, and that's not something that you would want to have, correct? So that's my takeaway. If you're not ready right now, then you're going to be ready in a couple of years from now on. But you have to understand, my parents didn't get a house until they were probably, how old was my dad? My dad was probably 47 years old when he got his first house here in the US. I mean, can you imagine being 46 and barely getting your house? That is something that many people are like, oh my gosh, is that gonna be me? And even if it is, it's just, don't get discouraged. The day will eventually come. It may not be today, not be tomorrow, but it definitely can. It can happen at any time for you. It literally can happen at any time. It's just, I just think like you have to be very patient and acknowledge what you can control and what you can't control. The interest rates right now are not so hot. They're around 6% if you have a good credit, and they can go up to much higher than that. I've seen people with a 7% interest rate. The lowest interest rate that I've seen right now, as of February 16, is definitely a 6%, and that's it. I haven't seen a 5. I haven't seen a 4. I have not seen a 3 or a 2. And yeah, I'm just letting you know, there's gonna be pros and cons in the real estate market. Whenever there's low interest, then more people are more likely to buy houses. When people are more likely to buy houses, there's more competition. More competition means that you do not have more power. The seller has more power in these markets. So that's gonna be so difficult for you to, even if the interest rates are so low, it's gonna be very hard for you to get a house. And right now, getting a house, the interests are so high, but you have less competition. So you have more of a leverage than as a buyer than if you were a seller. So acknowledge that at the end of the day, you still have some things going on in your life, and there's pros and cons in every market. And getting discouraged is never an option. It's never an option. You can always refinance your house. You can always save a little bit more money for your down payment, for your closing costs. You can ask for a loan from your family members if they're able to do that for you, a gift or anything like that. You may start a small business just to get yourself that house you wanted. Your first house shouldn't be your dream house. We all want to have the best patio, the best kitchen, the best restrooms. We want to have like four rooms in that house, but you just have to put into perspective that it's your first house, and that's fine if you don't get all of the things you wanted. So don't get discouraged. Time will come, but definitely it will take some time for that. So I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.